Today, I'm back with another Mega Movie Massive haul for you all. This is my November physical media haul where I show off every single movie I picked up in the month of November. That includes Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday deals. This includes flash sales from Shout Factory, November Criterion sales, movies people just gave me. I mean, we got a plethora of movies here to show off in this haul, so I'm excited to get to those. I'll give you recommendations on all the titles I watched there. And then as a special bonus, just for you, towards the end of the video, I will show off some amazing movie collectibles I picked up as well. But before we get into that, go ahead and mega merrily smash that like and subscribe. That way you bring joy to this community and stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics, and I greatly appreciate you. So let's get into this. No particular order, it's just how they're stacked. First up, we gotta have Arrow Videos Empire of Screams box set. Now, I did a full unboxing and ranking and review on all of these titles in here, so I will link that video in the description below if you want to check it out after this video, but there's definitely some hidden gems in here I'd recommend. Alright, next up, we gotta, of course, have that Shout Factory flash sale they had. I picked up a few titles, so we finally got Used Cars on 4K, and I've never seen this movie, but it's a Bobby Zemeckis film. It's a dark comedy. That sold me right there. Can't wait to watch this one. Alright, next up, we gotta have War Games. I heard pretty good things about this one. I think it deals with like some hacking computer stuff, so that kind of intrigued me. Can't wait to watch this one as well. Alright, and then next up, we gotta have The Wrath of Man. Yes, Guy Ritchie film. I actually saw this one in theaters. Fell in love with this title. There are so many twists and turns. I loved how it was filmed, edited together. Performances are great. Highly, highly recommend watching this one. And I just got it at such a great deal. Very happy with that pickup. Alright, next up, we got to get into some Criterion sale titles here. And we got Mean Streets. Now, I have not seen this movie yet. It's like the new Criterion of the month here. Martin Scorsese, crime drama. You know what you're going to get with this one. Very excited to check this one out for the first time. Alright, next up, we got to have La Bamba. And I've seen this movie before, and I loved it, so I had to pick it up on Criterion. And I love what they did with the disc here. Just looks great, sounds amazing, awesome special features. And I just really like this one. I like kind of those biopic movies, especially musical ones. Definitely enjoyed that one. Alright, next up, we gotta have Mildred Pierce. Now, this one was recommended on my Criterion pregame stream, and I watched this one. Great performances here. Very kind of old school black and white classic film, but it was very intriguing and did keep my attention all the way through. So I don't know if I would rewatch it a whole bunch, but it's definitely worth a one-time watch at least. Alright, next up, we gotta have Bottle Rocket. Yes, a Wes Anderson film. I'm trying to see every single Wes Anderson title just because I love how he directs movies just in that kind of whimsical style. It's just interesting to me. And this one was great. Great acting talent in here with like Owen Wilson. Very fun movie. And it's a more easy watchable Wes Anderson film. He doesn't get too wild in this one. So I did enjoy this one. I think this was his first one actually, if I remember correctly. Alright, next up, we gotta have some recommendations from the Collectors Club of titles I gotta watch for our next, like, roundtable recommendation here. And we got recommended The Shop Around the Corner from Tim. This one has Jimmy Stewart. Apparently, it's a holiday film. You sold me on that right there. Very excited to check this one out. Can't go wrong with a good Jimmy Stewart title. Alright, next up, we gotta have Holiday Inn. Now, this was recommended by Huck. Very classic film. Never seen this one either, so can't wait to watch. I mean, they're holiday films. You can't really go wrong with holiday films. Hopefully, there's some good music in that one. All right, next up, we got this one recommended by Derek. Scrooged. Apparently, this is like a Christmas Carol type of story with Bill Murray. Supposed to be very, very funny. So I can't wait to check this one out. I've been wanting to watch this one for a while too, so glad it got recommended. All right, next up, we gotta have some Black Friday sales, and we got Two Guns. This has Denzel Washington and Marky Mark in it. Super fun action movie. I was very impressed with this one. Really enjoyable. Can highly recommend. All right, next up, we gotta have Cujo, which went on a super short flash sale for just like a couple hours. So I picked it up and I was kind of disappointed with this one. I'm happy I got it at a cheap deal because I would not have wanted to pay full price for this one. It's my first time watching it. And you're just kind of waiting around a long time for this dog to attack a few people, but it's not really interesting. And then you got some affair going on in here that's like the main focus of the movie, more so than the dog, it seems. So it just kind of underwhelmed me at the end of the day. All right, next up, we gotta have Evil Dead Rise, which I did see this one in theaters, so happy it finally got a discount. There's not a bad Evil Dead movie in the franchise, so I had a good time with them taking this, to the setting, to an apartment setting, and it does get wild in some moments, so really enjoyed this one. All right, next up, we gotta have Enter the Dragon, which once again got a massive discount. It's a martial arts film, I believe, with Bruce Lee, and I've never seen this one, heard great things about it. I need to dive more into this martial arts genre, so can't wait to do it with Enter the Dragon. All right, next up, finally decided to pick this one up, The Exorcist. I know it's not spooky season anymore, but people just say this movie terrified them when they were younger. It's an all-time horror classic. It's a must-watch, so I gotta watch it. And it got a little bit of a discount for Black Friday, so finally gonna pick it up. But I guess watch it during the holiday season. I don't know. That's how I roll. I watch every genre, every moment of the year. It doesn't matter the season to me. But next up, we gotta have one. Ooh, I watched the other night, and we got Operation Fortune. Now, I saw this one in theaters as well. This is another Guy Ritchie film, but I really like this one. It's like a spy thriller kind of action blockbuster, but it has comedy in there. You got Audrey Plaza in there, which is just, she's so funny in the movie. It's worth it for that performance alone. But I really enjoyed this one. I think this was a hidden gem of the year a lot of people missed out on, but got it at a super discount now. All right, next up, oh, another one I was watching the other day, and you gotta have Asteroid City. Yes, another Wes Anderson title. I saw this one in theaters as well. As you all know, I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, so how to get this one into the collection when it got super discounted. And I really like this movie. I know this one's divisive. It does get really, really wacky and bizarre, so this is not the Wes Anderson title I would start on, but it still has this comedy and whimsicalness to it, I guess you could say. So I still had a really good time with Asteroid City. Maybe not my favorite Wes Anderson title, but I definitely enjoyed it. All right, next up, more Criterion here. We gotta have The Others with Nicole Kidman, and this was a blind buy for me. It was highly recommended. So happy I watched this with not knowing anything about the movie because woo, it gets twisty in there. That's all I'll say. No spoilers here. Just go into this movie not knowing nothing, no research, and just play it. It's a good time. Yeah, it's very, very spooky. All right, next up, we gotta have one that recently came in, but I did watch this one streaming before. But we got All Star Superman. Happy to get this at a discount now. And it's a DC animated title, so you know what you get. I believe this one is where he's going up against Lex Luthor and all that. Classic kind of Superman movie here. But I remember when I streamed it a long time ago, it was pretty decent. So to get it at a cheap discount with a cool looking slipcover, might as well. I got to complete the DC animated titles in my collection. Now to get into a giant stack of movies that my friend gave me because he got out of the collecting game, but he knows I love physical media, so very thankful to him to give me this giant stack of movies, and I haven't even gone through all of these, so we're gonna have some surprises here, I'm sure. Let's check these out. So first up, we gotta have Sideways. Now this one I actually did watch out of the pile because I've never seen this movie before. It's a dark comedy and I didn't super love this one. I wouldn't rewatch it a whole bunch of times. There's a lot of like affair and infidelity stuff going on in here, which is just not my cup of tea. But if you love dark comedies, it might be worth checking out. Now, next up, we got to have Full Metal Jacket. Now, I already have this one on 4K, so I guess this is a Blu-ray backup. But hey, who knows? Maybe a future giveaway? You guys gotta let me know in the comments if you want some giveaways, if you would be down for some of those. But next up, we gotta have, ooh, and this is a steelbook. I'm keeping this one for sure. We gotta have Batman Begins. I did not have this steelbook. Of course, I have the movie on 4K, but this steelbook is cool to have. I will take that all day, and now I can display it next to my Dark Knight Rises steelbook. So, oh, but now I gotta get a Dark Knight steelbook to have all the steelbooks, right? So now I'm getting tempted on those, but that's very cool. All right, next up, we gotta have the Godfather on Blu-ray. Now, I do have the 4K set of this one. So once again, who knows? Maybe future giveaways. You guys got to let me know if you would be down for any of that. Next up, ooh, this one I didn't have in the collection, so happy to have this one now. We got The Prestige, which is a Christopher Nolan film. And, I gotta rewatch this one because when I first watched it in theaters when I was younger, it was a little confusing to me, even though the performances were great in there. You had a Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, and so I do want to give this one a rewatch. Nolan films are kind of hit or miss for me, but I'll check this one out again. All right, next up, we gotta have American History X. Now, I've seen this movie probably a couple times. Very powerful stuff in there. Such a kind of tragic story, a really heavy drama. But yeah, this is definitely a well-made movie, so I will rewatch this one. All right, next up, we gotta have The Shining. Now, I do already have a Blu-ray of this one, so once again, another backup here. All right, next up, we gotta have 2001 A Space Odyssey. I guess my friend was a big Stanley Kubrick fan. I can tell that now. And I already have a Blu-ray of this one as well. So another backup. All right, next up. Ooh, I don't have this one. So happy to have this one. Spirited Away. I remember seeing this one when I was very young in theaters. And it was just so dark and tripping me out. It's a Studio Jubilee film. And yeah, I'm happy to have this one in the collection. I remember definitely sticking with me, so I gotta rewatch this one. All right, next up, and I had the slipcover on there, very nice. All right, speaking of slipcovers, we got The Dark Knight on Blu-ray, which this is actually kind of a cool slipcover. I don't mind that at all. So who knows? Maybe I'll keep this one just for the Slippy on it. But I do already have the movie on 4K as well. But I'm a big Batman fan. The Dark Knight trilogy is my favorite trilogy of all time. I mean, those are just like my favorite movies of all time. So. All right, next up, we gotta have Predator. Yes, Predator Blu-ray. I don't even know if this one's open here, but I already have the Predator movies on 4K. So once again, another backup. Actually, you know what? I own Predator a lot of times now because I have Predator in like a collection, and I had a separate 4K slipcover. Now I got it on Blu-ray. It's like, oh my gosh, how did I end up with so many Predator movies in the collection? Who knows? But oh my goodness. All right, next up. Actually, I don't have this one on Blu-ray, so this will be an upgrade for me. We gotta have something you don't talk about this one. We can't talk about Fight Club here. But yeah, cool slipcover. I only had a DVD of this one. Happy to have the upgrade to Blu-ray, so I do want to rewatch this one in high definition finally. Yeah, maybe the movie will look really nice. I don't know. But yeah, Fight Club, it's that kind of a trippy story. So yeah, gotta check this one out again. And then next up, we gotta have one that I actually really wanted, Grave of the Fireflies. I've heard some really good things about this movie. I believe it's another Studio Jubilee film, but it's just like a tragic war one. And yeah, I can't wait to check this one out. I've heard some heavy, wonderful things about this one, so can't wait to watch that one. Yeah, that'll be a first time watch. That's great. See, you got some hidden gems in here I love. All right. Oh, actually haven't seen this one either, and that's gonna be Crash. Now, never seen Crash, but 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. I do want to see all Best Pictures. That's one of my movie goals. So I'm very happy to have this one. This is another one. Hopefully, it's really good. I don't know. I think I've heard divisive things about that one, but happy to have it in the collection. All right, next up, oh, another Stanley Kubrick title. We got to have A Clockwork Orange. Already have this one on Blu-ray. So once again, another backup here. All right, next up. we gotta have I had to do a double take on this one. I'm like, "Is this the same movie?" No, this is 2010, the year we make contact. I'm guessing it's a sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Don't know too much about this movie at all, so, yeah, I guess it's time to watch this one, learn what it's all about. Next up, we gotta have happy to have this one in the collection now too. Super Bad. It's just a very funny movie. I mean, you got McLovin in there. What can you say about that? I remembered laughing hysterically when I saw this one in theaters. So happy to go back and rewatch this one. I love comedy, so I need more comedies in the collection. All right, next up. Oh, I don't have this one actually. We got wait, actually, no, now I do. I do have this one because I showed off the 4K right now. I haven't watched it yet, but this is Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon. So now I guess I got a Blu-ray of it as well. See, more backups, but that's how it goes. And then next one, we got Edward Scissorhands, a great holiday film, kind of a darker tale as well with Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. I really like this movie, but I already have the Blu-ray. So once again, another backup here. But there we go. Those were all the physical media movie titles I picked up for the entire month. But now we got to get into those awesome movie collectibles because these are going to be some amazing ones you guys are going to absolutely love. So now getting into those awesome collectibles I promised y'all. And we got to have a Lego set. My wife finally built this one, Amazing Anna. You can see all the Disney movie references here. We have Aladdin. We got Beauty and the Beast. We got Sleeping Beauty. We got the Poison Apple in the back. We got the Queen of Hearts card. And then we got the Little Mermaid VHS, which is totally my favorite part of this set. But really great designs on these overall. I mean, you look at the back of the Sleeping Beauty book. Got Maleficent right there. I mean, this is just so displayable. I really like this Lego set. It might be my favorite Lego set of all time. I don't know. It's just so cool looking. And you know, it screams movie. So really appreciate that. And not only that, it also came with this clock from Peter Pan right here. Look at that cool design. And then on the back, I think you even got the Captain Hook right there. Very cool. I love when they add little additions like that. So really, really like that one. Overall, got to see more of those kinds of Lego sets out there. And then next up, we got to have some Marvels stuff from going to the theaters. Of course, we got the Marvels Cup, which not the best movie ever, but I still love to pick up some of these collectibles. So, you know, if I got the cup, of course, we got the Marvels tin, which I thought the tin was a decent enough design. Not the best in the world, but, you know, I'm a sucker for these kind of steel popcorn buckets. I just love the feel to them. But yeah, but what's cool is the topper for the cup. So on the cup, you actually have a spot on top. You can put a topper, and you got little Miss Marvel here, right? Little Miss Marvel character that I can take this out of the bag, put it on top of the cup. So that's really cool. Happy to have a topper for that one. Next up, got more popcorn buckets here. We gotta have, yes, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Why do I have this popcorn tin now? Well, because I picked it up when they had kind of a back stock of them they were just trying to get rid of. And I'm like, ooh, I kind of want that. I'll take that. So I was happy to pick this one up as well. And then, of course, we got a pin for Impossible Mission Force in there from the movie. So IMF, still really, really cool. I like collecting some pins once in a while, so happy to have that now with my popcorn tin. And then not only that, we got a lot more stuff here. We gotta have my Funko Pops. On vacation, picked up Superfly from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. He's just a really cool looking villain. I love the like bluish purple look to him with the red eyes, the big eyes. I just thought he's a really cool looking character. So happy to have that pop now. And then not only that, we gotta have another pop as well. My wife really wanted this one. So we got the Elvira pop, the 40 years of Elvira, you know, the Mistress of the Dark, diamond edition with the shiny glittery red dress, and she's even holding a heart, which is kind of funny. But you can see the eyeshadow, of course. You know, it's Elvira. You can't go wrong with Elvira. But yeah, she really wanted this one, so how to pick this one up? Diamond edition. She got to collect all those. You know, love the diamonds, right? And then of course we gotta have some Spirit Halloween stuff because in November, right when Halloween ended, how to go to get those massive discounts. So we've got to have Jason from Friday the 13th, a little plushie here. Why is his like head so elongated like that? Not too sure. But hey, Friday the 13th stuff, you can't go wrong with it, right? Gonna have it for next spooky season. All right, and then of course, there were some awesome blankets there, but I decided on this blanket, and this is gonna be the Haunted Mansion blanket. Like, take a look at that ghost character. But this blanket is massive, everybody. This blanket is absolutely massive. You know, like beware. I mean, it's gonna be impossible to show all of this. It's a really massive kind of blanket. But look at, I mean, you got all these ghosts here to the side, and those giant words and letters, and just really, really cool design overall. So it's massive, right? This is massive. Like, oh my goodness. Totally a massive, massive one. But I mean, it's just so cool looking. The design overall. I mean, look at all those ghosts. Really, really cool. So hopefully you guys can see most of it there. But yeah, how to get that on a discount. Super, super cheap. Always shop Spirit Halloween after Halloween to get those massive discounts. But there we go. Those were all the collectibles I picked up. Once again, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, what were your favorite movies out of the ones I picked up? What were your favorite collectibles I showed off? What did I miss out on you recommend I pick up in the future? Let's have those fun movie conversations down below. And of course, if you love this video, go ahead and mega smash that subscribe and like button. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all these future physical media pickups. And if you enjoyed this physical media topic, merrily smash another video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.